Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Woohoo! Very excited today. Today's going to be a fun day. We've got some great questions from our ArtistWorks students. And then Craig, I know, also has a theme for the rest of the time. We have our friend Corey Mao joining us.
Hello, ArtistWorks friends. Yay. Good to see everybody.
It's awesome.
So again, the whole idea behind these ArtistWorks check-ins is that even though with our ArtistWorks students, we have video exchanges,
yes.
VEs.
Virtual exchanges.
That people can submit videos of their work in progresses, and we respond with videos. But sometimes it's nice to do things kind of live and be able to respond right away. So a lot of these questions that we're going to start off with are questions that our ArtistWorks students have given us in our forums.
Yep.
again, if you'd like to learn more, you can check out ArtistWorks there.
The 40U code is special to Craig and Sarah. I think they are running a higher percentage off for Black Friday, but if you use this code, that code right there, we actually see more from it.
Do we anymore though?
Yes,
Remember?
we do. Richard's still keeping track.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So use that if you're interested. But again, we are making this free to the public to check out because we have had some amazing conversations and guests,
That's
and
true.
it's just been nice to share with everyone. So with that said, we'll have our set kind of questions at first, but if there are questions that come up, please let us know in the chats,
Yes.
and we'll try to get to them before we kind of talk about some other stuff. In the meanwhile, Corey Bao,
Hey.
you might recognize him from photos like this.
Look at that. He played bass the entire time in that sloth outfit for
With no
club.
strap.
I know.
With no strap. I couldn't fit the strap over. So I was like, I swear I had like carpal tunnel by the end of that.
No.
Well, especially because that bass is not light. It's actually pretty heavy.
That is the best picture ever.
It also, I think, really showcases how you felt that day, too. Oh, my God.
But it was a lot of fun. Corey Mao is on our
Yes.
board for First Strings at a Time. He's
Yes.
also one of our favorite people that we drag all around with us
This
to
is true.
teach and perform ukulele with.
They're good people. They're good people to travel with.
And Steven, that outfit would not fit in this space. He would knock over an instrument, probably, if he was wearing
I
that.
don't
Or
think I
some
would-
lights.
yeah, or the ceiling. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, you were probably too tall in that outfit.
All right, so with that said, we are going to blast through these questions to make sure we can try to fit time for everyone's
Okay.
fantastic questions. So David from ArtistWorks has asked if it would be possible to get Andrew Katakis from the ukulele site on one
luck.
of our live streams.
He's a busy guy.
He is
Good.
super busy.
He does not like to leave Wahiwa.
We might have to, if we did so, we might have to bring
We'll have
our stuff up.
yeah.
Mm.
Bring him
cannot-
breakfast,
He does not like
lots
to
of
leave.
coffee. But fantastic guy. But
Yes.
there are some stuff like he asked, things about like restringing, how to clean, questions about humidity, things that a trained technician can do to improve your ukulele. So let's talk a little bit about that. Restringing. There's two main differences in the types of bridge setups. One is the tie method, and one is the
The pin.
pin.
Pin bridge.
So, depending on
There's-
which ukulele you have,
Yeah.
there are so many great resources on YouTube.
Oh, dude.
But
Totally.
do we still have the ArtistWorks video?
Yes,
on
we
that?
actually have a how to change strings where you get to go on a journey with Craig because he talks the whole time as he does it. I remember being like, does it have to be
Oh,
this
that's
long?
right. That's right.
But we do have a video of him changing both types of string. Actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's totally, he did the video by himself.
Mm.
I forget why I wasn't able to be there that day, but like he did it all himself.
I think I had an overhead camera
You did.
too.
You had he had an overhead camera, and he's
Wow.
just like la 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 la. So it's like you totally go on this journey with Craig, where he has many things to say as he changes his
I
strings.
love that.
But if we can't get Andrew,
There's
I
other
think,
folks we
I
could
think we
talk
could
to.
get maybe someone from Ko'oloha or Kanale'a
Oh yeah.
or Kamaka to come and talk story about some basic
Yeah.
things to
And I
take care
do know
of.
that Kanile'a on their YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure has put up ukulele care videos as well.
Oh yeah.
like
Joe's
things, yeah.
Oh,
passionate
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's really, really, yeah, you're right. Uncle Joe is very passionate about that. So things from like, how to care for your instrument after you finish playing it to things like even I think humidity. I think I've
Yep.
seen a video on like how to gauge whether or not you need a humidifier
Or a
depending on
dehumidifier.
where you live. So those resources also exist. You might want to check that out. And even if your ukulele is not a Kanile'a ukulele, the information is still pretty relevant
Yeah.
to whatever instrument that you might be playing at whatever time.
This is true.
So typically, the sweet spot for humidity is between 40 and 60%. San Diego, we learned the hard way. It gets like in the 20s, right? Super dry. It will cause cracking. If you're in a place like Hawaii, it's
We
going
have
to go
an-
over
we have the
60.
opposite
It can
problem.
go up to 80% humidity, and which, again, that's too much. So that's when your instrument, your neck might swell. There are bad things about going too humid or
Yeah.
too little humidity. So 40 to 60% typically is, they say, the safe spot. It also depends where your instrument was built, because if if the wood is used to a certain percentage, that's the kind of percentage you're going to lean towards. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So with that said, there's a ton of humidifiers you can get that live in the case with the ukulele. In San Diego, because we had a couple instruments out all the time because we were constantly teaching or making videos, we kept that room enclosed with a humidifier in it, so that the whole room
But
was
not just any humidifier. So one thing that we learned, again, the hard way, was that there's the humidifiers that have the little cute smoke. Don't use those because they leave a residue everywhere. They're like, it's the cute smoke is not a good thing.
Yeah.
We used, I think it was Vornado had one, and it's like you don't even see anything, but we had a whatever you call it. I want to say micrometer, but that's the wrong tool. But we had the thing that tells you how much humidity's in the room, and the Vornado worked great.
I mean, it
That
literally
brand.
is like a bucket of water that has a fan, right?
Yeah.
That cuts
Right,
off at a
essentially.
certain percentage. That's really what it is.
Yeah, but the smoky ones, it left
Yeah.
this weird white residue everywhere.
Yeah, just a
all over our
film.
That's
cables.
all of the
and our-
it's all of the, what do you call it, the lime scale,
yeah.
right, that you get in the water and
Yes.
that after everything evaporates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because the Vornado one had a bunch of different filters that things went through first before it went into the air. Yeah,
Yeah.
Craig was so upset because like the white stuff was all over the cameras. It was all over our cables. It was
Oh,
everywhere because we kept the room shut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we learned that fast though.
FYI.
Cleaning. Damp microfiber cloth goes a long way just to get
Yes.
sweat off. People use like lemon oil.
Oh, that's for the
fretboard
the
and stuff
fretboard.
like
Fretboard.
that.
That's
and
for yeah.
Yeah.
We never do that.
Yeah.
I
I've
think
never
I
done
used
that
to when I got
either.
my first like Kamaka back in like '99. I used to like every week. Oh, I gotta clean it, and now it's like.
Well, Kanilea made fun of us.
Kamana's like, oh, kind of gross. Your finger.
yeah, because we
It's not gross. It has character.
yes, because
Hey, character.
Because when that one instrument broke, we brought it in, and he's like, "Did you guys ever clean that fretboard?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Take a look," and I was like, "Ew." Yeah.
So we would clean it more now. Well, I do.
Yeah, it's like Craig does. I clean other things.
So aim for 40 to 60% humidity. Changes that a trained technician can do to improve your ukulele. That's when we're talking about like lowering the action without buzzing, adjustments to the saddle so that certain
balance.
strings hit the way you want. That really affects pickups.
Yeah.
So, Herb and Jake, Brian, those guys, will talk a lot about, fine tuning the saddle.
Jake in
over-
particular, he's like
Yeah.
real anal about
He
it.
is.
which is fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he can be.
Yes.
And then also, if you do happen to have an accident with your ukulele, do
Yes.
not lie about it. They can
Oh, yeah, we
tell.
know.
we've seen many instruments that you can tell. They can really tell if it's like an impact or
Yeah, or someone
something
sat
else,
on it.
or a humidity issue or something like
Yes.
that. So
Yeah, don't lie.
just be as truthful as possible so that they can get you the repairs needed. But that is
Yeah.
that's our main stuff for that one.
Yeah.
All right, what is the next one?
The next one is Robert Karatsu asking about gear, how to improve your audio for the VEs. And it's the audio he's concerned about more so than like lighting and like different budgets potentially for said audio upgrades. So like what's the cheapest, what's the middle ground, and what's like the most fancy pants is basically the question. And then there's actually a few more bits like I put my iPhone in the room. Where should I put my iPhone in the room to give me better acoustics if I'm using my phone? And then are we looking at, do I need to buy a microphone that can plug into my phone or etc.? So Craig, I know that this is like a Craig
That is
question.
a total Craig question.
Yes.
Okay, so first off, microphone placement can make a decent microphone sound better. It could also make a really good microphone sound horrible. A lot of times when you're using your iPhone to capture video and you put it on the table and you sing, you're mainly going to hear your ukulele because it's so much closer to your ukulele. Most microphones will sound better closer to the subject, right? So if you are looking to hear more of your ukulele, get as close to the ukulele as possible. That's why even when you see the amazing podcasts and sound samples at the ukulele site, the microphones are close. You know, they're like a couple inches away. And that helps isolate that audio as well. Because the farther back you go, okay, so if I go farther from this mic right here, that means I need to boost the level to get the same effect if I'm really close, right? Because I'm farther. But that also means it's picking up more sound around me as well. So that sound source gets a little diluted, if that makes sense. So placement is a huge thing. That's why a lot of times, you know, our microphones are separate from our video source, our cameras, because we want the microphone closer. That's why sometimes we have lav mics as well. So with that said, you know, and this will be a whole rabbit hole thing, but I'm trying to kind of skim the surface a little bit. To capture an acoustic sound, you're going to want a decent microphone. And that can be, you know, post-COVID, there's been an increase on these types of microphones, desktop microphones that you can purchase, that can go straight to USB into your computer. Those are pretty decent. Nothing you know, again, we're not looking at professional sound here, but just to kind of capture something better than an iPhone. But typically, to sound better than an iPhone microphone, you are going to want to spend more than like $150 on your microphone, typically, or $100. There's those desktop microphones or condensers typically, and like shotgun mics like this. I love these shotgun mics if you're doing a video like this and you want something out of frame. Whereas if I go to Sarah right now, you can see how much of that dynamic mic takes up space in the frame. The reason why I have Sarah and Corey on these mics though today is that when we add more people sitting close to each other, you know, we talked about microphones like this that kind of capture around.
Yeah,
you're gonna have weird bleed issues between them. So being able to isolate, this is why you see those mics on stage all the time. The 58s, the Shure 58s are the industry standard.
Yes.
And you can play them on stage without feedback. It really helps. We could play outside in our backyard concerts and you won't really hear the yard guys in the back.
Oh yeah, because there was one where we had yard guys that showed up across the stream and we were like, well.
Yeah. But there is a tendency for those microphones to sound more cave-like because of how isolated they can be. So for a more natural sound, that's where these guys kind of come into play because, again, it captures a little bit more of the natural space. You hear some of the reflections.
Yeah.
Even though it is you can still point it at something that will kind of focus on that, but there's a little bit more roundness to that sound.
Yeah.
So again, this is where you can start thinking about, you know, what kind of sound you're looking for. And there's no problem even putting a 58 on an instrument.
No.
You know, you can put it right close to it and it will sound great. Let me,
hold on. I'm going to do this. The only thing is.
But again, you want to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so again, there's so many
Voila.
options, but it really depends on what your needs and goals are. And then for studio recordings, we will use a large, why can't I think of the word?
Condenser?
There's one word.
Ribbon.
Large, no, not ribbon. Let me look this up real
Are you
quick.
thinking the Colaris, that mic?
Yeah. Large body, not large body. There's
Diaphragm?
large diaphragm. Yes. So the Colaris we have
Good job,
is
Steven.
incredibly sensitive, so we'll pick up anything that happens in the room. But that also means when everything is quiet and you have sound treatment, it picks up all the beautiful semitone, like everything about that instrument or your vocals. So
Yes.
that's why it really makes a big difference.
So,
With that said, so that's just microphone talk, right? And we can dive into that more later. Audio interface. So again, some microphones will plug straight into your computer. Again, typically they aren't the best sounding. You still need an interface of sorts. And I used to use a little guy like this, a Zoom H6.
we totally used to use that.
We used it for live recordings. We used it. There's inputs on the side to plug straight in, but they sound fantastic, and I love that you can double dip. Whenever you can use things for more than one objective, way more bang for your buck. So we would bring these to live gigs. We would use it for interviews, and we would use it as an audio interface for live streams or videos as well. Again, not all sound equal, so you will want to do some research on the different ones. Nowadays, I even bring this tiny one, battery powered, that I can have 2 XLR inputs on the top, and I can just tie this to like a boom pole and get fantastic audio even on the field.
That's like how we filmed most of Eho'okani Pila.
Yep.
Was I had a boomstick and that attached to it, and I'm just standing there like this.
But this little guy can also be used as an interface. I used it for club.
Oh yeah.
You can I got the input from the board, and I have the second input doing an audience mic, and I mix the two, and it goes straight into the computer, and it sounds fantastic. So a lot of cool options there as well. Or you can go full on like soundboard.
We have that too.
Jake loved our Zoom L20 so much, he ended up buying the L12 version, a smaller version of it. Nice portable mixing board that can also record straight onto the board itself, or use it as an interface for live streams or videos as well. Corey, you guys got a new board too.
Yeah, we went with at the Allen Heath CQ18.
The CQ18T.
Yeah. And so again, like you're talking about double dipping, like that's something that we were interested in, was being able to have a board that we could both use in studio and for live performance, which was really great. And so it actually has been, I like it a lot better than our old analog board, because you can go analog, but you can also go digital.
Ooh.
So it's been super awesome now that I'm like one of those fancy guys that runs sound off my iPad. I'm like going off stage and I'm like, doot, 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 doot. And I'm still learning a lot about the digital platform and digital interface. But it's actually a really, really awesome board, and it didn't break the bank, which was really, I mean, considering what boards can go for, and it's super small, super compact, but yet packs a whole lot of punch. So that was great too. A lot of stuff from Allen and Heath actually are really good.
Yeah.
I do like using their stuff.
And I think, what would be fun? Should we put together a stocking stuffer list for ukulele players?
We could.
That would be cute.
Well,
That
somebody
might be
was actually asking about DIs. Speaking of stocking stuffers.
Speaking of what?
Stocking stuffers, DIs.
Oh,
Do we have DI
so
recommendations?
DIs.
Digital.
So, okay.
Yeah, say what a DI is.
So direct input box is
well, that's what that stands for.
is to take your signal from your instrument, goes through all the effect pedals if you have, goes into the direct input box to get a usable signal to the sound engineer. The direct input box actually colors the sound way more than I anticipated when I first started playing.
Yeah.
But the key to learning all about what different DI boxes can do is to make friends with Jake Shimabukuro.
Yes.
That's,
The guy's board is like,
well, we were
Not just that.
we were looking for a new one, right? And
He
so
came
he came
over.
over. He brought like 20 different DIs.
Yep.
he is
Because he loves to
hilarious.
research.
And so he just plugged our instruments one at a time. He'd have us describe what we're hearing.
Oh, he even brought over a sound system too, because
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, I don't want to use your Bose because it does X, Y, and Z. We're
Yeah.
gonna use this one. This is the best one." And I was like,
This is the most neutral sounding one, so you can really hear the difference.
"I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
where do you keep all this?"
So If you don't have Jake Shimbukuro as a friend yet,
Yes.
then see that's the blessing of YouTube and seeing
True.
people do reviews. You know, we should just have we'll do a DI day with Jake.
And just have Jake come over. Bring over all the things, please. And then he will tell, because the thing is, and it probably would be like 3 hours long because he has lots to say about every single DI because he's tried them all.
See, if you guys purchase a bunch of Christmas packets
I know.
next month,
We can afford.
then we can afford to bring Jake over
Right?
and do a fun gear talk with him. He would love that.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. But are there any that we recommend? Like, because there's recommendation. I always loved the venue, the LR Bags venue. Like, that was just a good all-purpose.
If you're a
But-
starting player,
If you're a starting player,
it works.
it does all the
See,
things.
Yeah. But again, it's hard because some of them have mutes, some of them have tuners built in,
I like that one.
That way, the LR Bag, it
some
has
of them have
all the things.
EQs, some are just straight. You just
Yeah.
plug in and it goes out.
Which
Yeah.
is what we have now. We
Yeah.
actually have a straight one.
But then
'cause-
we have effect pedals that help.
Right. Exactly.
EQ
Fancy
it.
schmancies.
So it all again,
Yes.
it depends on your needs. It depends on, you know,
Yeah.
that's a whole other discussion. But to start with, yeah, check out the
The session
Guitar
is-
Center. I think you can still try out stuff. You can go in that room
Yeah.
and plug stuff in. And
and I think the session isn't too bad as a starter,
Yeah.
but it has less stuff.
yeah.
So you can't like tweak as much because it has specific settings. But yeah, LR Bags, and that brown box that you remember, I forget what it's called, but that's like everyone at the time I was playing. That was everyone's starter DI. When I had no idea, I was like, I don't know, I just
The
need the
LR
brown one.
Bags, Paracoustic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And so
Though you used to use, there was that silver one, Fishman.
didn't sound that good.
Ah.
I didn't like it as much. The hard thing about plugging in, honestly, is trying to shape the sound so it doesn't sound plugged in.
Yes.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because
Yes.
a lot of times, if your DI is not, if you're, especially if your pickup is not of high quality, it tends to sound very tinny.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so part of the fight of being plugged in is to make your sound more acoustic, which is seems like it's backwards, but
Yeah.
that's really the hardest part about all of this is actually making the ukulele sound like an ukulele.
Yeah. Make it sound natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll try to knock something out with Jake. That'd be fun.
Yes.
Do we want to announce that he sent the video? We'll have to.
Well, we're still
Yeah.
figuring out how we're gonna put it up. But yes, Jake did submit the video for.
Did he really?
He did.
While he's on
While he's on
Bless
tour.
the guy.
I know, love him
Nicest
so much.
man in the
He is
world.
he is the best. He
Yes.
really is.
So there will be a video of him singing coming soon. You need to be on our mailing list to be able to see it.
And that video will cost you $100.
I know. Yes. Another donation, please. No, but yes, but we do have we received it yesterday.
Oh, we have Larry in the chat. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
just checking.
He was the one who asked about the DIs.
Oh,
That's why I was like, let's.
Oh, Larry, just come over. You can check out some of the stuff too. Jake actually was so nice that he actually he purchased the
Oh my
DIs
God.
that sounded the best with our gear.
Yes.
And that's the hard thing too, because different ukulele will sound different with different gear
True.
too. So again, it's like
Yes.
it's not one size fits all.
True.
Oh, and it's funny because when we were testing out DIs, we had gotten it down to 2, and one of them was no longer made. So we were like, oh, let's not do that one then. And it was a little bigger. And then we were like, yeah, I really like this one. And he's like, okay, here you go. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I have that. This
That
is
was
an
really
extra. I
sweet.
was like, oh my God.
This is an extra.
I was like, okay. So then we bought another one
I love
so
that.
that we could each have one. But
Yeah.
it was like, he's the night,
No, he purchased one and gave us.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he gave us 2.
that guy, I swear.
Great guy.
Nicest man in the world. Like everybody, people. If you think Jake is like the super nice person, he is.
He is. Genuinely.
Yes, very very genuine.
We are due for another gear garage sale.
I like that. Gear garage
Yes.
sale.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
All right, and then did you actually answer the other microphone question, Craig,
so another-
already? Because there was actually another microphone question that we coupled with Robert's that I didn't read out
Okay,
loud.
so
but
she was saying, are you using a dynamic or condenser mic to pick up your video in your studio setting? I'm using a condenser when I'm doing educational stuff, and it drives me nuts that it picks up just about everything within and outside that room. How are you dealing with that sort of thing? So, above Sarah and Corey, I have these cheap, like cardboard foam boards, but we stuck on those like. Let me see.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna try to do that, or I can? I think I have one of them.
Oh no, I'll just point up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna point up for just a second.
Whee! There you go. Look at that. So high tech in here.
I love it.
Oh yeah, it's like what's on the background.
So something even as simple as that will help a lot of reflections that are going on. They just, instead of bouncing the sound right back into the mics,
Yeah.
it kind of helps absorb. So I have packing, what are those called? Packing sheets.
Oh yeah, packing.
Which is like, it's like blankets pretty much.
quilted
But
blankets.
quilted blankets around the studio as well
they're
that
thick.
helps absorb some of that sound.
Yeah.
Because again, going back to what we said, condensers will sound more natural, and it can be out of frame.
Yeah.
Where dynamics it's got to be close to the mouth. It takes up space in the frame. It can look messy, but also there's a tendency to sound more cave-like. But it will help isolate that sound.
Yeah.
Lav mics can help isolate a little bit, but the thing about lavalier mics is that it's omnidirectional. So it will pick up stuff around, but again, kind of centered around that target. But it still will kind of pick random things up as well.
Yep.
So that's why for a lot of our main recordings for our projects, you'll see us using lav mics on everyone, as well as an overhead boom mic with a you want to grab that real quick, Sarah?
Here it is. This thing.
Everyone always like freaks out when they see this, but this is a blimp that has the
Yeah.
shotgun mic inside of it, but it prevents any type of wind noise, so you won't hear that.
These things are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then the mic goes right in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about the time when we were filming for Eho Okani Pila at Kahala in the
Yeah.
right
Not
on
just
the,
that, when we were at Makapu'u.
you know. Oh, yeah.
That was
yeah.
like
I mean,
your
it
hair's
was
going crazy.
I was just blown away.
And yet
Yeah.
we
But
heard
yet,
nothing.
yeah, those are amazing.
But one of the coolest things that can help now is going to
There we go.
podcast.adobe.com. Their software to help
Oh.
enhance sound, I'll put this in the chat real quick,
I learned
has
so
been
much.
a lifesaver getting rid of some background noises like sirens or
Planes.
yelling, planes, that kind of stuff. But it also will enhance your voice to give more depth. So it's incredible. And again, there's a couple different options to try in there, but it's worth checking out. It is
Wow.
absolutely incredible. Yeah, I use it all the time for Eho Kanipila.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The things you learn when you're a guest on this on this little talk show here.
Yes. Excellent. All right. And then, so there's that. And then another question from Mitchell. Aloha from Long Beach. Aloha.
Hi.
My question is, can you please talk about some effective practice routines to start the new year? I want to start with my new schedule, move into a more secure platform, but still have fun with what I'm already working on.
Okay, well, first off, Mitchell,
We definitely...
the new welcome videos that I'm putting together, that it's going to give like homework assignments, will kind of be starting from the ground up, from beginners to intermediates.
Are we starting those in December?
I'm going to start them in January, because if people join us in December,
Oh, right,
I want
right.
them to feel like they're on board with
Gotcha,
everything in
gotcha,
January.
gotcha.
So in because I have like the first 3 months of mini lessons that I'm going to do for those welcome videos. But that will include a lot of the exercises that we still use to this day that we recommend. Plus, I think during Christmas, we're going to do quick little snippet videos with our friends like Corey and Herb and Jake, and talk to them about what their favorite exercise is.
Yeah.
And we'll put a compilation together, which will be a lot of fun. But January is usually when we do a big kind of exercise theme.
We start your new year off right.
Yeah, so hold on till January. We got you.
Yep. And then another question is from Mezzo Jam. I know she might not be live tonight because she said she wasn't sure she could make it, but she came across the song Lullaby of Birdland, which is a great song. Yes. It's in a minor key.
Yes.
I wonder whether you want to consider lessons going over minor key progressions and smooth transitions, etc. And yes, the answer to that is yes. I actually have I have everything all prepped. I just need to film it. We have a whole thing on minor keys coming to the practical music theory for the ukulele, because I already did major keys. So I have a minor keys thing all sorted. I have the handout. I just need to film it and walk through it. But specifically to jazz, one thing that you already want to start kind of thinking about if you're looking at that song or any song is I'm just going to use the 2-5-1 in G minor. So 2-5-1 in G minor would be A minor. I'll do this real quick. All right. So 2-5-1 in G minor, right? You have A minor, D7, and G minor, right? Right. So with that, usually, especially jazz music, your 2 is going to become a minor 7 flat 5. So then you'll have 2, 3, 3, 3, right? D7 and G minor. But in jazz music specifically, a lot of times you want to alter that 5 chord and make it more tense. And so the easiest and first way to do it would be making it a 7 flat 9 chord, which is what I teach when I talk about Autumn Leaves. This is progression from Autumn Leaves, one of the progressions from Autumn Leaves. So then you've got this guy, followed by 2, 3, 2, 3, and then G minor, right? Which has a little more melancholy sound. But if you want to take that further, you want to make it even more altered. And the best thing to do is to either sharp the 5 or sharp the 5th note in that 5 chord, or flatten the 5th note in that 5 chord. So if you're doing a sharp 5, for example, it would be 2, 3, 3, 3. And then you would hold your D7. The 5th note in this particular instance is on your G string. And then your G minor. Right? Or doing, I actually think it sounds better up here. And then you could do this G minor, right? Or if you flat the 5, that 5th note, doing like this one in this position sounds really nice. This guy. And then this guy. Because it's leading you down to the G. And that's me just doing a simple minor walk down, but in a different position. So yes, there's lots that you can do and stuff that is very specific to jazz music. But those are just some really quick examples of like ways that you can really alter and change things that are very common for 2-5-1 progressions, which Lullaby Birdland's going to have.
All right. So
there you go.
with that
was amazing.
said, that is all of our main questions from the forums.
Excuse me.
Was there anything in the chat that we missed?
I don't. Well, let me double check. I don't think so.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't checked out yesterday's Ukulele Club of Hawaii, go check it out.
It was
Kalai
That was
Kamarillo.
so awesome.
It was a fun club.
Herb Ota Jr. came to hang out again. It was awesome.
I think Herb
It
loves
was a
coming
great
to
day.
club.
He does.
He's just the sweetest man.
Yeah, so Corey is in a trio called Ke Olu.
Yes.
And it was exciting. They actually got up to the LA Ukulele Festival this past month. Was it past month? 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
2 months.
It was the end.
Just
of
about, yeah.
How did you enjoy it, Corey?
It was amazing. I mean, it was an amazing event, and it was the first time that I had been to a mainland festival, right? And I think we've spent time talking about how Hawaii festivals are very different.
Yes.
right? Because here in Hawaii, it's all about the free music.
Yes.
I think and that's just like a cultural thing, right? So you show up for the day-long free concert, maybe the food booths, and you eat and you have a good time.
Yeah.
And so it was my first time ever going to a mainland festival where teaching and learning is like a key integral part of it.
Yeah.
But the most amazing thing is, and it's not a surprise to me yet, it always is a surprise to me, how many different artists, how we all play the same thing, but our take, our view, our approach, our methods are all so vastly different.
Yep.
But we all still make such wonderful music. And we all still manage to come together around these things.
Yep.
You know? And I mean, the LA Uke Fest just featured phenomenal artists this year. Artists that I've seen online before, but got to see for the first time live in person, who are just the nicest
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
The nicest people. You know, and so being able to set up and talk and really just feel the admiration that everyone has for each other. You know, it's like, I can't do what you do, and you're amazing.
Yep.
You know, and everyone feels that way about each other. You know, it's just so cool.
Well, I loved you shared with me that Abe Lagrimas Jr. actually came up to you and was like, I can't do.
I just want to punch him in the face. I love this guy to death, and he's just like, I wish I could strum like you.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, are you freaking kidding me?
Yes.
You are Abe Lagrimas Jr., like legendary jazz ukulele player of your time. I could just punch you in the face. I just want to be able to play My Dog Has Fleas like you.
Yes.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, again, it's that admiration that we all have for each other,
Yes.
you know, because our musics live in such different contexts.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the beautiful thing, right? Is our musics live in such diverse contexts, and we can have that appreciation of how this instrument sounds so different from Hawaiian to jazz to blues to banjo, like, you know, Marcy and Kathy, and they were playing with the Chinese, that lady who came from China who was playing the I forget what you call it.
No.
You know, but she was playing that I mean, and just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just the blend of everything was so amazing.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
was fun.
Yeah, it was such an awesome event. So awesome. Fast event. It was like a whirlwind, right? Like, I think I flew in like Thursday night at midnight, or Friday at midnight, Friday morning at midnight, and then I was gone by Sunday. But it was awesome. Super awesome.
It was a good event.
Now, speaking of meeting people at festivals and everyone's in different stages of their ukulele journey, what are some of the big pivotal moments in your journey, whether music in general or through the ukulele?
That is a great question. Is that a we question or a me question?
Everyone.
Everybody.
You can start.
I can start. Oh gosh, pivotal moments. For me, I mean, okay, I'm going to be stating the obvious to start with, but I think for me the first pivotal moment was starting ukulele lessons when I was 5, right? Because you had to start somewhere.
Yes.
But I distinctly remember growing up, I was dragged along as a kid to my sister's hula practices. And she used to go to Hau'oli Hula Studios, which was right there on Kalakaua, like right after Fabric Mart. It's no longer there.
Yeah.
But I would get dragged to her hula practices. And I remember, like, we wouldn't just drop her and leave. We would actually go inside.
Oh, wow.
And the kumu had these cushions that were against the back wall. And my dad would lie across the cushions and fall asleep during hula. But I remember that while my sister was always practicing the modern dances, the awana dances, her kumu would play ukulele. And I remember just always watching. Just watching. And then I distinctly remember there was one performance that was happening at Ala Moana. My sister was dancing. And I couldn't tell you anything about the hula, but I would just watch the musicians the whole time. So I think what was really cool was being able to start taking lessons when I was young and being able to do what I thought was really awesome, which was to make sound coming from an instrument. And at when I was young, I didn't realize like how special it was to play the ukulele. I mean, you go to lessons, you see all these kids coming in and out, you're like, everybody can do it. And I also distinctly remember in third grade, it was open house, and I remember playing the ukulele for my classes. They sang to something.
Yeah.
And one of my classmates, his mom was a member of the group Naleo Pili Mehana.
Mm.
And like she came up to me afterwards and was like, "You play the ukulele so well." And I'm like, again, doesn't every kid do this?
Yes.
You know, like I had such a hard time comprehending. But I think it was also very influential music educators along the way. So I remember that same year in third grade, one of the music teachers at my school began an ukulele club.
Ooh.
And normally you had to be in the fourth grade to start any type of extracurricular. But she let me join as a third grader.
Ooh, special.
Special. I was super special. So I was in this ukulele club from third to fourth to fifth and then into sixth grade. And then as a sixth grader, I became like the unofficial president of this ukulele club or whatever. And I remember she would just make me do all sorts of things. Like she would make me tune everybody at the beginning of our club meeting every Thursday. And she wouldn't let me use anything. She would let me use the piano to tune the first instrument. Then she would make me tune the rest by ear.
Wow.
Yeah, I no clue. And then I remember she handed me this fat stack of music. And it was all like songs with chords. She's like, I want you to go through and double check all these songs and double check all these chords. So here I am, like, playing along, strumming. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound great. No, that sounds wrong. No, I think it should be this. No, it should change over here. And then same teacher handed me a CD, because, you know, back then we used burned CDs. And it was the song Dueling Banjos.
Oh, my gosh.
And she goes, I want you to figure this out and be ready to teach it to our club, like, you know, whenever you can.
Oh, my God.
I think to this day, I was only able to figure out, like, the first half of it, because after it goes into, like, the ukulele just didn't have enough range. And at that time, I was like, I don't know what to do with this, right, as a sixth grader. So I think those were super pivotal moments in my life.
Yeah.
And then going back to take ukulele lessons formally at the age of 16 was another pivotal moment in my life, because that was the moment when I realized how important music was to me. Because I had 2 years of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I had quit the band, I wasn't doing anything, and there was something missing in my life, and I didn't realize it at the time. And now that I'm much older, I realize that it was music that was missing. And so being able to go back and take lessons at 16, I remember, this is probably why I didn't do so well in some of my classes, was because I loved it so much that all I wanted to do was practice.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to practice and practice and practice. And then, but being asked to become an instructor after being back for only 3 months, that was also a life-changing moment, because, you know, like, I loved teaching. That's what I knew I loved to do. And I loved ukulele. So to pair that together, and then to start training in January, and then to have been hired officially by April, I still hold to this day, supposedly, the record for being the fastest person to ever train to be an instructor at Royce Akuma's.
That's hilarious.
Like, typically it's a year.
Yeah.
But I trained in 3 months. You know, and I had experience working with kids before, which I think really helped me out. So that was huge, like a pivotal moment. And I think, you know, made me realize how much I love the instrument. But I think the other super pivotal moment, besides meeting Craig and Sarah.
Oh, God bless you.
They're giving me root beer floats
like,
after this. I have to say that. No, just kidding. No, truly. I mean, was the first gig we ever did with Keolu.
Oh, yeah, of course that had to be.
We got hired together, and we were a hodgepodge band. Like, we were just put together because, you know, it's like I knew Hi'i, who played a little bit of instruments and loved to sing, and then she knew Crystal, who was a great singer. And at the time, we had another member who was playing with us. Keolu actually started as we were a quartet. We were 4 of us, actually. We were at our first gig. It was for a graduation party for the set of twin girls who were graduating from a local high school. And before the gig started, we were outside, and these two old men were standing by the railing. And I overheard their conversation. It was to the effect of, I told my daughter that she shouldn't be paying these guys. They don't have any experience. They're probably going to be so junk. I told her to just feed them and just send them on their way.
What?
So I was like, these mother... So, of course, right, when this is your first, like, official gig, that doesn't feel great, right? Like, it feels like poop. And so I went to the rest of the band, and I told them what I heard. So everyone is like, oh, great, our spirits are totally smashed. And so I said, you know what? Let's just go up and do our thing. And the first song we sang was this song that was recorded by Alea. It was called Kananaka. And I said, let's just go for it. And we bang. And by the end of that song, those two old guys that were sitting in the front row were like,
yeah.
And I was like, that shows you. But that was the moment that we realized that we could continue to do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here we are 11 years later.
Yay. Which one person did ask about, your band's incredible. When's the CD coming? I listened to your group at the LA Festival, and I want to hear more.
We are so excited. So we've been lying to everybody for the last couple years. We're like, yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works. And it was just very, very deep in the works.
In your head.
In our head. In the furthest recesses of our brain.
Yes.
We are very happy to announce that we have 2 dates secured in January where we are going to be flying down to Hilo to record with our producer.
Fantastic.
And so it's coming. We are hoping very, very strongly to be able to have the CD next year when we are in LA again.
Hopefully. Yay.
Yeah, for an event. We have a hula event that's happening up there.
Yes.
So we're very, very hopeful to have it then,
Yep.
if not sooner.
Nice.
So
That's super
yes,
exciting.
it is coming for real this time.
For real.
We're not lying.
For reals. Now, there was another question, Craig. Do you want me to? So the question is, I'm looking for a good bag to protect my ukulele when I'm traveling. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes.
I want to have space for carrying my iPad, etc.
Okay. My answer is different than one I would have gave 4 or 5 years ago. Nowadays, you can't trust anyone on the airplane. We've seen flight attendants smashing instruments, trying to get more space for people to put their bags in. Before, they would keep an eye out. They would, it's so. With that said, if your instrument is important to you in the sense where if it gets pushed, it's not gonna break, kind of thing, or you're okay with it, like being in that situation. Now I have to recommend a hard case, just because any of the soft cases, as much foam as you have, you can't. It's out of your control. That's the hard part about the situation we're currently in. So,
But what if they're not flying? What if you?
No, I mean if you're flying, right? If you're not flying, if you're not flying, then I love our fusion cases by far. You can stack them up. There's great foam padding that unless you could drop it and it'll be fine.
Not that you've tested that firsthand.
Yeah. So it's that kind of stuff is fine, but it's the airline specifically that it's like
Hard case.
God, at this point you gotta.
And honestly, what we've been doing now for flying is we don't take our instruments on the plane. We actually we either have them shipped via FedEx. Thank you, Kanilea, for always being willing to pack them and ship them for us. Or they pack for LA. They actually packed it and we put it under the plane. But we had them pack it.
Yeah, so as if it was on a transport.
You had the airlines pack it?
No.
Kanilea.
Kanilea pack it.
Yeah.
They packed it how they
And that was
wanted.
your own personal instruments. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I must say, as an artist, traveling with my instrument, I hate
It's stressful.
It is the most
That's the worst
stressful
part
thing.
about traveling.
It is
part of it. Yeah.
It is. That is because also, right, it's not just the act of it. And you're right, like seeing people shove a whole bunch of things or seeing a bunch of customers get mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, so this is why we book extra comfort is so that we can get on the plane first.
Yes.
Right? So you guarantee you have overhead space. But I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten on a plane and we're seated and people are like, there's a freaking ukulele in this freaking thing. And you're right, like people are just, Travel is stressful.
Well,
for
they're trying to
anybody.
put like their camping backpack, like.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's the absolute worst. But I've just seen so many
Yeah.
horror stories. Horror stories.
Yup.
And I'm a guitar player in the band, so traveling with that is even worse.
Yeah.
And then you worry about, and so it's not just like the act of traveling, but it's like when you get there, what happens if something happens to your instrument? Right, like what am I gonna do? I need to figure it out.
So that's why with FedEx we ship it like 3 days early, so that the promoter gets it. He can
that is
sign
so
off and
smart.
We did that for like Nashville when we did the thing with Jake.
Yep.
That
it's
is
just
okay.
And then like we're running around the airport. Oh, this feels so good. I don't have like extra baggage.
Versus me, and I'm just like, God, I'm like, oh, I have so much stuff I have to carry.
Well, and it's funny because like it was always so stressful sitting and watching people. Like I was always having to watch. And Craig's like, "Are you looking? Are you looking?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm looking."
Yeah.
Because it's like you never know. Like
True.
And then when traveling international is a whole other thing because they have different rules.
They do.
And like I remember Canada, when we were coming back from Canada, they actually handed us gate check tickets for our instruments, and we were like, "Oh hell no, that's no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no. We came to this country with them, and we will be taking them home the same way."
I must admit, I had to gate check my guitar once in Japan,
Oof.
but it was like I feel like they took really good care of my instrument, and I don't know if that's just like
Japan.
because Japan,
Dude.
right?
We had a connecting flight in China.
Oh god, that was terrifying.
It was so crazy. It was
We
like they
saved-
released
we
the
saved-
bulls, and like everyone just ran up the jetway to the thing to get space for their.
Shoving.
Oh,
it was
forget it.
crazy.
And like I had to save Daniel's instrument
Yeah.
because this guy was totally about to put his roller on the thing, and it was already packed, but he was just like this, and I'm like, "Daniel, your instrument, stop!"
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't speak Chinese, but I luckily got him to stop.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, terrifying.
So don't hire us for anything, so we don't have to travel.
I know, right? Jeez.
We can hire them. They'll ship their boxes
Yeah,
to you
we
ahead
will
of
ship
time.
you a box.
That's so smart.
Yeah, and it's only, I mean, and we always offer to pay for it, but Ukulele has actually been very generous and has been shipping it
Wow.
for us. But every time
Bless
we're like,
them.
we'll pay for it. We'll pay for
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's nice because they give a return tag, so we keep the box
Yeah.
and then put it back in and just drop
Ship
it
it
off.
back.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's been
Yeah.
great. We trust FedEx more than the
Yeah.
airline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. But another question. I joined late, but the question fits here. Can I tell from tablature whether they are written for high G or low G? Except, of course, when playing and listening.
For tabs, no.
No.
Because unless it states this is
Unless
arranged for high G or low
it has
G.
music notation above it.
Yeah, but if
there's
it's just
music-
tab,
yeah, no.
it has to state, or else you
Yeah.
don't know. You
Yeah.
just gotta listen. Yeah, unfortunately,
Good question.
that is a good question.
But yeah, standard notation is the only way. If it's listed above, is the only way you can tell unless they state.
Pivotal points for you, Sarah.
Oh God. So I came to the ukulele from violin, right? Violin, you mostly play single notes. You don't do a lot of chords. And I did play chords. I play piano too, but like I don't know. You just play what the dots say,
Yeah, true.
right?
True.
And so with ukulele, this is a really like, I feel kind of stupid saying this was pivotal, but it was realizing what chords are. And like that it was that easy to play songs. Like I was so intimidated by guitar. I was like, because I was also trying to do finger picking when I was trying. And then on the ukulele, it's like, wait, all I have to do is just this? I just jump and that's all? And I can play the song? How cool is that?
Yep.
Like, and similar to you, Corey, actually, so I played classical violin from when I was like 5 or 6 to when I was 18. And then I completely quit
Yeah.
all music. Just quit. The main reason that I used to not like to talk about, and I'll only just very briefly say, is that my mom had died when I was 17, and I quit. And then my great grandmother, subsequently, who he took care of, also died shortly after. And so, Mama used to always make me play piano for her because she couldn't play anymore because of her arthritis. And I basically just was like, I don't want to play music anymore. I have no reason to play music. So I quit. And then I didn't play a single instrument for 6 years.
Yep.
And then my friend was like, I was very lonely and living in San Diego. And my friend was from work, because there was only like 4 of us at the costume shop where I worked at UC San Diego and the Playhouse. She was like, I there was this place and there was all these ukulele players playing and it was Hawaiian music. And I'm like, I've never seen a ukulele before and, you know, never heard Hawaiian music. Let's go check it out, because they met weekly. And then I went. It was this most amazing experience. And I had forgotten what I was missing.
Yes. Yep.
And it was at that moment, it was like, holy crap, I miss music. I listen to it still, but like, yeah. And so then I ended up like just like you, it was like all I wanted to do was practice, and I just played hours and hours and hours. 'Cause yeah, it was something that, you know, I didn't think I could make a living at it.
Yeah.
And then after losing my like desire to play, it was like, why bother? I can't do that. And now here we are.
Yep.
Okay, so quick list of pivotal moments. Getting my first real ukulele.
Yes.
Because growing up, I had an instrument that did not stay in tune past the 3rd fret. Was so hard to press the strings. Got my Kamaka in 1999 as a graduation gift, and
It's this one.
oh my god, yep. And holy cow, it's just what a big change in how I thought of the instrument. I wanted to play it every moment that I could. Like, this is back when we could practice for like 5 hours a day, right? Getting B flat down for the first time without hurting myself. That was pivotal.
Yes.
Being able to jump in a group and start figuring out what key they're playing without looking at sheet music was
Yes.
huge. That was a big. I never felt so happy and felt like I can do it, and you know, not just in the key of C, but you know.
Right.
So that was a big pivotal moment. My first international ukulele festival in Cairns, Australia, was huge for. Again, thinking I could do this as a career. This is amazing.
Well, that's also when your parents finally were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I guess you could do this," because they came.
And then it's just, you know, a bunch of amazing moments that we get to share with friends at this point. But it really was those tiny kind of achievements that give you that inspiration to keep pushing forward, I think.
And it can be the
You know,
simplest
your first
things.
open mic, your
Yeah.
first, you know, exposure to an ukulele festival. And
Well, even watching, it doesn't even have to be the instrument in your hand. Watching Jake for the first time was like, what?
Yeah.
I can do what? You can do that? Like, yeah, your pivotal moments.
Yeah. Or even like this is big in Hawaii. Learning how to play a song that you hear on the radio.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
totally.
a
Yep.
song that everybody knows. And then let you figure out either how to play the chords, you learn how to play a lick from it.
Except it was hard because, you know, Kyle Crater Boys, Pure Heart, tuned down.
Yeah,
half
everything.
a step,
Yeah,
so-
all you guys, all you suckers, tuned down half a step. Frickas.
Because
Okay.
that threw me off entirely.
I know. And you're like, wait, what? What?
How are they doing that?
Exactly.
Then you
'Cause-
see them live and go, aha.
Yeah, they all tuned down half step. But it's like when you were able to do that,
Yeah.
you know, that was a huge pivotal moment.
Yep.
You know, you feel like you sound just like the people you idolize, right?
Yep.
And I think for me too, like every pivotal moment is sitting and talking with people who I idolized that are like now very dear friends to me.
Aw,
Like the
yeah.
two of you.
Aw.
Again, not just because you're giving me root beer floats, right? But like, again, and I think I've said this before, like I can remember being in COVID and like watching all of you do your live streams on Zoom. And I'm like, look, all the ukulele gods and goddesses are here in this one screen, right? And then now it's like, you know, I see the two of you like almost
time.
every week, you know, and then, you know, you see Herb all the time.
Yes.
And Brian and Jake and Brittany and Abe. And, you know, we see each other and we talk and we just have these, you know, reunion moments. And like those, every opportunity that I get to talk to these people is a pivotal moment for me,
Yeah.
you know?
No.
Because we're always exchanging words of wisdom, words of encouragement, or great meals. Like
Yes.
it's all pivotal.
Yes.
Well, I think it's because we've been through the trenches together too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we know how hard it is, especially now. And so we get, I think there's a, you know, like any industry, like you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what they went through.
Oh, and FYI, that's the rain.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the Tuahina
That's
rain.
totally the
Yeah,
rain.
but I think it's like so amazing to like even hear that, like, you know, a lot of times people see us and they're just think like, you know, we came out of the womb with an instrument in our hand, singing all of our notes. But like, there's periods in our life where we just
Yeah.
stepped away from music, like, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You
that
know?
in a way, we're kind of in a similar spot at the moment because we're investing so much time into the nonprofit.
Yes.
This is time we could be writing. This is time we could be, you know, recording more. You know, so it's
Practicing.
Yeah.
it's hard because we gotta. I always liken it to a quick interview that Del Beasley gave or was part of, and he was just like, you know, stop comparing yourself to others. Just be the best you that you can be. And in this point of time, it really is investing in that nonprofit work. It just that
Yeah.
with the momentum that we have with that. I know next year we're trying to carve out some time to write. I think we're gonna try to put together an album for next year. But it's been, especially with Cameron, you know,
Yes.
growing
Yeah.
up too. Like our time is so limited. So that's why I am excited to hone in on, again, maximizing time to practice because it would be great to share with our ArtistWorks students as well.
What
because
we're doing.
we're in the same boat. We
Yeah.
have to choose. And this is,
Yeah.
you know, again, 7 years ago, we could spend all day playing music, and that was totally okay. We could totally, you know, I sometimes I miss that, but
Yep.
we have, you know, different responsibilities now, and we have,
And we also have different passions now too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact that like I never thought I'd be, you know, I've never thought that we would found a nonprofit and do all of this community work, but I find for myself that in some ways is more fulfilling than doing a gig because it's like look at what we get to do for others.
Yeah.
How fun is this? And you feel good about it for a long period of time. That's why I love club because it's like, man, we just made 100 people's day by putting on something.
Yeah. No, I would agree with you. Like I've always had this thought where it's like, if I had to give everything up, the one thing that I could just happily do for the rest of my life is club.
It's so fun.
Because like all you do is bring joy to people.
Yes.
Right? Like and you know, nobody's hounding me for my CD, nobody's hounding me for you know, but it's like you just bring joy. And
Yeah.
you know, this has been a conversation that I've had a lot within like that, like as the group of Keola, we've talked a lot about this word sacrifice. Right? Like to do music and to do it well, there has to be a certain level of sacrifice.
Yep.
Just like there has to be a level of sacrifice to anything in life, right? Whether you're trying to advance any type of career, whether or not you're trying to start a family, right? Like there always comes this point where you have to make some sort of sacrifice. And like for me, I can say like very honestly and very reflectively, like when I started teaching full time as an elementary teacher, like I sacrificed I feel like my personal growth as a musician,
Yeah.
because that took such, like that was the forefront. So it's like, you know, staying up late to grade papers or plan lessons for the next day or do all the things I had to do superseded playing the ukulele. Like, you know, it just had to. And so luckily I was still teaching ukulele at the time, and that was kind of like my practice, right? Was
Yes.
just kind of like that's when I would practice. And then after I retired, like two years ago now, it's like, gosh, you're lucky if I only practice like outside of gigs. So one thing that I'm trying to do very intentionally is I'm just trying to make sure that I touch my ukulele every night.
That's smart.
Like that's just one thing I'm trying to do is like, even if it's for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm just trying to touch it every night to see if, you know, and then, you know, and slowly things are starting to kind of flow again.
I think, you know, we are extremely grateful that with ArtistWorks, it does keep us still connected and playing a bit, even if it's not as much as when we were gigging 7 months out of the year.
Yeah.
But, you know, being able to kind of have that to balance it out, I think.
Well, and
does
doing
help.
VEs, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's sometimes y'all ask these questions sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, okay, now I need to like go back and reflect and kind of go, let me think about that, and before I can answer, right? Because it's great because a lot of times I'll learn while you learn.
Yeah.
Or there'll be something in the recesses of my mind that I'm like, oh yeah, I learned that like 8 years ago when I was doing, gigging a bunch with Paul Tillery. Like, yeah. So I always appreciate teaching because you're right. You
You're
get
right.
to, that is your practice time.
It is. Teaching gives us a whole another realm of understanding. Like the depth to which we have to understand the things is like, right? Because we have to
You have
teach
to explain it.
explain it and break it down. But I must say, gigging with y'all in LA was a blast.
That was a lot of
The
fun.
two of you, it was
was
so
very
much
fun.
fun. So
I
much
always
fun.
love those kinds of gigs where you're like,
Yeah.
all right, good luck.
Yep.
Here we go.
Good
Just
luck,
like,
because I didn't have the sheet music for that song on my iPad, so we're just gonna wing it. I hope.
yep, we're going to do it just like you
Yep.
rehearsed.
Just like we rehearsed once.
Yeah, I think
4
I
months ago.
caused so much trauma with Sarah when we first started
Oh,
playing
God,
together.
it was the worst.
Because
It was the
I was
worst.
always like calling stuff out during the performance, and she's like, "What?"
for me, especially at that point in my career, I wanted things to be polished. I was very concerned about everything
Yes.
had to be polished, including like how I looked. Except now I do not care. I'm just like, it's fine. I'm a mom now. Whatever. This is what you
Yeah.
get. But like, it's very. I do feel more free now to be able to like, if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. And and I have to say, like, my upbringing in Hawaiian music was very much like that. Like, we could never be polished because we went on stage and you never knew what you were going to get.
Yes.
So it's like you were on stage and playing with musicians you didn't know, and they just started calling keys, and you just had to be able to run with it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I thrive on chaos on stage a little bit, I think, which is great. And, like, even to this day, people always ask the girls and I like, wow, do you guys have these planned set lists? I'm like, no. So people will start to notice, like, when we're playing on stage, they'll start to see us throw up hand signals.
Yes, of course.
And, like, that's because we don't know what song we're doing
You
next.
pause
It
a
just-
little bit too long after they see us throw up.
Yeah.
Hands.
Throw up hand signals, and we just start, putting things up, and that's how someone could go like this, tells me that they're going to the key of F. I still don't know what song they're going to play because there's 50 songs we play in the key of F. So it's like, it's like that game. Like, I can guess the song in 2 notes. Like, by 3 notes in, you better, or 3
better know the
words, you
song.
better know what song you're playing.
Well, that's why again, that's skill. It's a totally different skill set than a solo player.
It is.
So
And
it is.
I love that. Again, my band in Eugene, we were like a rock band. And we have people dancing. So if people are grooving to the song, we would just keep extending the different parts of it. Nothing was ever the same every night.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to see those old videos of this rock band in
so
Eugene. I
Oh
still
my
have
God.
yet
I
to see
gotta
them.
try to find some, because that was
They're pretty
when I
funny.
was still mainly doing photography.
I love
So
it.
I don't have a lot of
Yeah,
video.
video.
He did that on purpose.
No, I wish I had more videos of that. It
That's
was
so
really
awesome.
fun. We did Oregon
loud.
Country Fair, which was like thousands upon thousands of people, and like so we had for that one we hired a horn section and stuff. It was
that's
awesome. It was
awesome.
so much fun.
That is so cool.
Oh, I wish I had more video stuff of that time in my life.
Yeah.
But that was before iPhones, really,
Yeah.
or like right around when iPhones were coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't as easy to
Just film
Yep.
something.
yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
GoPro batteries would last like 20 minutes.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
But it's fun. But I think when you learn to let go of trying to be perfect, especially with others, that's so much fun. It's just because you're not worried about, because again, a lot of us get inspired by like people like Troy and Jake, where like you try to play that arrangement to the T, right? And it's like a performance piece. It's like a meticulous thing that you're trying to replicate every single note, every single phrase. Where in a more of a band setting, it's more about the vibe and the feel.
Yes.
That can completely change from show to show.
Yeah.
But it's that, like you said, that chaos part of it, like because you just don't know sometimes.
Well, like
Yeah.
my favorite gig, one of my favorite gigs, because I actually have several, but one of my favorite gigs was we were in Michigan, and me, and Abe had no idea what we were going to do. We didn't even know what the gig was.
Oh yeah.
Right,
That was
and so we were just like, and I had no voice, right? Because I forget, I was just hoarse and stuff. But like, and we said, all right, Craig, you gotta like what song should we play? Let's figure this out. And so we had a list of songs we could pull from. And then every song is like, what do you feel like doing? What do you feel like doing? And it was really, and we made Abe play the piano because they had a big grand piano, not just a baby. They had like a full grand piano. And we were like, get on the piano. Let's play. Let's do Autumn Leaves. And we did it. And like I sang and it was so fun. And we were all just listening to one another and doing, like, I played stuff I've never done before because I was like, meh. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this. And like it was such a fun and intimate gig. And I played so many wrong notes during it. And like I tried out things vocally I don't normally do because I had no voice, so I had to wing it. But like I remember just feeling so good after it because it was just a fun musical moment that we couldn't do again.
Yeah. I must say, like, one of my proudest moments was actually just a couple of years ago. And we were doing a tribute. It was a tribute concert and celebration day for Aaron Mahi. And in fact, it was like right before he had passed away. A legendary Royal Hawaiian band master, composer, arranger. I had to play with 6 different bands that day.
Whoa.
On bass.
Oh, gosh.
And I jumped from ballad to like orchestra arrangement, which I never played in an orchestra. Okay. I mean, I'm a backyard bass player. To that, to Hawaiian trio, to like I had to, and I played with like 6 different acts that day, all changing not only styles of music but outfits. Like, like I was just rolling through this, but I felt so proud because like again the ability to adapt, and I didn't know what was gonna come my way. I think I had rehearsed like 3 of those 6 acts, and I was like, oh gosh, you know what's gonna happen, but like again feeling super proud because. Name of the game is you just hang back, you listen to figure out where you fit in the groove and the context of everything, and you know, but you want to talk about one of the most chaotic things I ever did on stage. So this is a funny story. We were playing at a grad party, and it was me and the girls, and we had invited up Pomaikai Lyman to the stage, or Keave now, to the stage, and you know, so when you invite a musician on stage, you got to replace someone on stage, right? So I got kicked off the guitar. He jumped to the guitar. Pomai jumped onto the ukulele. And the MC thought he was being real snarky. And he's like, there was a drum set on stage. He's like, oh, why don't you go play the drums? And I was like, motherfucker, I'll show you. So I went over. There were no sticks, but the next band had a drummer. And he was like, oh, here's some sticks if you need. So I grabbed it, I sat on the stool, and they started singing Ka'uluwehi o Ke Kai. Mind you now, no one knew, and I can't really play the drums, but I had some very small experience. So they start the vamp, dun 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 dun, and then I go, doom doom doom. I swear to God, all 3 girls got whiplash on stage. They turned around so fast. They're like, what the hell is happening right now? I didn't know how to really play. I that was the only one beat, the one beat I could play. And I just do the whole song, doom doom doom. I got off, and then and I think I don't know, or Chris, they're like, what the hell was that? And I was like, you want drums? I'll show you drums. Total chaos. But, you know, again, it's that the comfortability to just do whatever and not be afraid, right? To just, like, sometimes we're so afraid on stage we don't want to make a mistake. But it's like, shoot, I picked up an instrument that I never played before. And you just go. Yeah. Right? But it's only good fun.
Yes.
Only good fun. Good spirits.
My God. I love it.
All right. With that said, I do want to, again, thank you to all of our ArtistWorks students.
Yep.
If you want, you can check out more information there. Huge thank you to Corey Mao for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Corey.
In December 20th,
yep,
we will be having a Christmas jam here in studio, live streamed. Herb Otto Jr. will be joining Corey, Sarah, and myself. So look forward to that. We'll also have a scholar packet with a new Christmas arrangement as well.
But the jam will be free. Like
jam is completely free.
The jam will be free, but those of you that are like, but I want to learn something, we'll make something special for you. Yes, there are some good songs.
But again, thank you so much for joining us live. I know most people will watch this on the replay, but it's always so much fun. Again, Thank you so much, Corey Mao.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Congratulations on booking a recording session with Keolu.
So glad.
Finally.
Yay.
And again, let us know what your future questions are on your ukulele journey so we can
Yes.
help answer them for next month.
Very happy to. Yes, because we will have another ArtistWorks Check-in. I want to say it's the 21st of
Right
December.
after.
Usually it's like the day after club, but I'll double check and see. So
And
thank you,
club
students.
next month.
Oh, club
Oh,
next. Oh, that's right. Club
huge.
next month is going to be. It's not. So yeah, our check-in's
15th.
actually going to be on the 14th. December 14th is going to be our ArtistWorks Check-in because club is December 13th.
Oh, 13th.
Nope, check-in is on the 21st.
Oh, it's on the 21st. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Club is on the 13th.
Club is on
Yeah.
the 13th. Club changed.
13th, yeah.
And that's going to be Chardonnay and Brittany Paiva, and they're coming. It's going to be a trio, but I got the song list. I'm so excited. We're going to be backing up Brittany. She's going to do some instrumental tunes.
I love it.
I know. I'm really
Oh,
excited.
super cool.
And then and Chardonnay, of course, is also going to sing a bunch. And then there's a concert after. So
Yes.
yeah, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. And Windward Mall is going to be all decked out and holiday. It's going to be
I love it.
rad.
All right, thank you all so much.
Yes.
Have a fantastic
Have a
rest of
great
your
day,
Sunday.
everybody.
Aloha, everyone. Woo, woo, woo.